Thank y'all for tuning back into the video. I appreciate y'all watching the old ones. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate y'all from the bottom to the top. Hit that like button. Hit the comments up after the video. I'm going to give you that dog news the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. It ain't my job to worry about who like it. It's my job to deliver the news. It's your boy, PBK9s. And we got a special bulletin out. Beware, they're back on the loose. They're back on the loose. Watch your dog. Pelican Bay Kennels. Let's get into it.
Okay.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? If I find my way home, yeah. If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me?
Alright, to get this thing started off, if you got smaller dogs like pocket pits, French bulldogs, chihuahuas, shih tzus, maltese, anything small. You got small dogs like that, even down to pit bulls, friendly pit bulls, okay? You're going out to these places, you're staying at these hotels and things like that, and you're letting your dog wander here and wander there. Your dog turn that curve, you might not ever see him again. It's a big chance you might not see him again. So keep your eyes on your dogs like you watch your kids when you go places. Because there's always somebody waiting, looking at your dog, waiting for you to make that simple mistake. They might not run by and grab your dog off out your hand. They waiting on you to make that mistake. Let that dog down, just to wander around the curve, just for 2 seconds. That 2 seconds, boom, your dog gone. You're never gonna see him again. Beware. This incident right here, same exact thing happened. Check it out.
A rough return after a puppy is snatched by a stranger. That French bulldog belongs to a family that's visiting from out of town.
And today they're thanking a Local 10 viewer for helping them get their precious pet back. Let's go to Local 10's Ian Margo live now with our story today. Ian.
This is an absolutely wild one. So the dog is taken from here at the hotel, and then the woman and the dog are eventually found. But how they're found, it's really almost unbelievable. It started back on Wednesday here in Fort Lauderdale at the Cambria Hotel. This 9-month-old French bulldog named Georgie was here and wandered off from his owners. That's when a woman seen in this surveillance video wearing a black hoodie and red shoes grabbed him and left. Fast forward 24 hours, a Good Samaritan who Georgie's owner had spoken to after he was stolen happened to see a woman matching the description of the dog thief walking a dog that looked just like Georgie. And apparently Georgie's owner noticed too, because the Good Samaritan saw that she was following this woman in her car. Eventually, the two of them together confronted the woman and got Georgie back. Now, Fort Lauderdale police then took this woman, 34-year-old Agustina Berrondo, into custody, charged her with grand theft. We spoke with that Good Samaritan a little earlier. He tells us she tried running away from them with the dog, but that he grabbed Georgie out of her hands before she could get away. Take a listen.
I'm like, you're not going anywhere. You're not going back. She's like, why are you being aggressive? I'm like, I'm not being aggressive. Let's just wait for the police to get, this is your dog, let's just wait for the police to get here. And then right then is when I took the dog from her.
Now, if that guy wasn't around to see what was going on and paid attention to what was going on, to see that person walking away with that dog, that dog owner would have just been out of a French bulldog. And I know they love their dog, you know what I'm saying? They'd have just been out of the dog. So watch your dogs when you go places, because you got dog thieves in all type of ways. Not just the ones that come on your yard at nighttime and get it. You got the ones that's looking at you right there, sizing you up, seeing if they think they can take you. physically. Do they want that dog bad enough? And some of them do, and some of them will go through the process of getting it. So just be careful. Be careful when you're out there with them dogs. All right, the next situation, all across America, we have dog shows, we have dog stores, pet stores, breeders who sell dogs. But this, I gotta show y'all right here. Now, this kind of setup right here in America, I can see it somewhere in New York City. Starting out in New York City, and then it spread to different places, somewhere, maybe the big cities like California, Miami. But definitely I can see this happening in New York City. Now you think you pushing off puppies. These folks here pushing off some puppies. And when we talk about China and places like that with dogs, it's always them eating the dogs and stuff like that. But I'm not talking about that. From what I look at this video, the dogs aren't really in bad shape or anything like that. You don't know the pedigrees or stuff like that, but we don't know what they got far as when you go to buy that dog. I'm just looking at the video. But far as they set up, it look like you can pretty much get anything you want. Now imagine walking down the strip and you got nothing but bulldogs, pit bulls, pocket bullies, and all kind of dogs set up like this in a setup. Man, some of the dogs sleep. Some of the puppies on their sleep. Some of them, playing with the kids. And on this video, I don't see any abuse going on. Dogs crammed up in the little things or whatever, but, and the thing about it, you never know if any of them people out there are reputable breeders in China. Those people out there with them puppies, all out there, they might be all well-known breeders in China, but we'll make an opinion about them from our American, where we live in America, and make an opinion about them folks. But the thing is, all I was showing you was how the dogs is lined up. I can imagine just walking to a place where dogs are just lined up like that for sale. No matter what the breed is. It's like, dang, you just a kid walking into a candy store. Like, do I want this one? Do I want that one? Do I want this one? Do I want that one? Now right here I got GW doing this training. Sit, stay, down, place, and we learning to heel. So when somebody asks me, what age do I start training at? That's your answer. GW is not even 3 months yet. He's like 2.5 months. And you can see the stuff that I, training him to do. So when the time he get 5 months, it won't be no problem as far as certain obedience. He already have it in his head. So if he don't do it right, then I make the correction. I know he already know it. He can't tell me he don't know it because I done taught it to him. You know what I'm saying? It's different if your dog don't know it. He need to learn it, and you're overcorrecting him for something he don't know. But I'm gonna make sure by the time he turns 4 months old that he know these things. All of the basics. He gonna be doing advanced obedience by then. All of the basics he gonna know. And if you training him, the key is, right now he's food driven more than he is ball driven. He chases the ball, he chases the rag, shakes the rag and all that. But as far as training, I get more training out of him food wise at this moment. But as the months go on, he'll become more ball driven to the point where the food won't be, as enticing to him as the ball is. And I get more training out of him with the ball. Sometimes you have to switch it up. Mental stimulation is a big thing when it comes to these breeder dogs. And when I tell you I'm a freehand trainer, a lot of trainers do things different ways. Not saying none of them ways are wrong, but people are quick to criticize and say your way is wrong. I just do freehand training. I use the choke collar, I use the e-collar and everything. I know about all that, but I get better results out of freehanding. More trust from the dog out of freehanding. If I get that dog to move for me free-handedly without using all them objects, then I got him mentally. Then it's just put in the physical work. So I do all my training free-handed until I need to use all the other things. And I always have the e-collar on my dogs, my grown dogs, especially the ones I do protection work with. And that's just for safety precautions. Because a dog can be a dog. At the end of the day, I can train them for the world, train them to know everything. But if he decides to just, max out one day, I gotta have that extra precaution on. So that's why I keep e-collar on. Because I'd rather be safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather zap him when I thought he wasn't When I thought he wouldn't get up and he got up, I'd rather zap him off his feet than him get up when I thought he wouldn't get up and go chasing after some kid. Because accidents, we don't got time for accidents. Accidents are made to be prevented. You know what I'm saying? Prevented before they happen. So, Pelican Bay Kennels. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet before you get up out of here and hit that like bell, hit them comments. Appreciate y'all for commenting. Like I said before, I'm up out of here.
Yes, good boy.
Puss.
Yes. Come. Good. What? Place. Place. Yes. Press. Press. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Press. Stay. Place. Place. Stay. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Good boy.